Unlocking Key Issues, Sandman number 8. Hey everyone, Richard here, and today we have an episode of Unlocking Key Issues. I have not done one of these in a very long time, well over a year, and the very first one I read was well over 4 years ago. I kind of just doing when inspiration strikes. I was just browsing and I saw how expensive this book has gotten, and I decided, let's go ahead and just flip through it. So today we're going to be looking at Sandman number 8 from August of 1989, the first appearance of Death of the Endless. Before we get into this, I'm just going to say this right here is quite possibly top 5 favorite single issue for me in terms of story, art, all of it. I think it's an amazing issue. It actually needs more reprints. So let's just get into it. The first several pages are just like reviews. Then we got a little bit of a story type recap. Then we have the main story. The Sound of Her Wings is what it's called. We got Neil Gaiman, Mike Dridgenberg, Malcolm Jones III, Robbie Bush, Todd Klein, Art Young, and Karen Berger all having credits up here in the corner. And I'm going to go through this semi-quickly because even though this is, a 32-year-old book, give or take, I don't want to necessarily spoil the whole story, but if you have not seen this and you're worried about getting spoiled, probably not the show, episode, whatever you want to call it for you. Anyway, let's get into it. It opens up with Morpheus' dream, just kind of sitting, reminiscing in a park. He's in a mood, if you will, and his sister down here, Death, shows up. Gives him a bit of a pep talk, if you will, and ends up inviting him to go with her on her day, her routine, which, fine, whatever. And it's kind of interesting. Basically just goes through the day in the life of Death, and that is more or less chauffeuring people after they die. It's really a nice look at the whole concept of death, and Dream has some interesting thoughts about it as he goes through it. He kind of points at the fact that death is completely underappreciated. People fear death, but in all reality, death is much kinder than he is to people, and they welcome dreams. So it's kind of just an interesting look at things. It also shows how unfair death can be in a way, targeting old, the young, and yeah, it's just a really great read. Like I said, I don't want to get too far into it, but I highly recommend you look at this book. It's just, between the art and the story, it's pretty amazing. And that is quite literally the whole issue. Normally I go into a little more detail, but like I said, this is a special issue to me. It's a really nice book, really nice story, and I think everyone should look at it. So that was Sandman number 8, first appearance of Death of the Endless. She threw out it. It's very much a full appearance, and it's quite possibly one of the best stories there are, period. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you can find one of these and flip through it. So yeah, that's everything. Take care, everyone.